Welcome to another Wall Street Informer production on WSI TV.
Welcome back into WSI TV. I'm Sean Bauer, Chief Editor of Wall Street Informer on wallstreetinformer.com. With me again is market analyst Jordan Bishop. How are you, Jordan?
Great, Sean. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. We have another really fun episode planned, as you know, of course, Jordan. And I think we're just going to jump right into it.
Yeah, definitely.
A brand new segment here. We're calling Wall Street Uncovered. So we're really looking at something that's, may not be obvious to the eye, something that the average person may not know about what's going on Wall Street. And it starts with Dow 20,000.
Yeah, I mean, there's been a huge rally. People are getting crazy about the Dow Jones hitting 20,000. It's been bouncing off this ceiling right here that we have drawn out. It just doesn't seem like it wants to hit it. But there's a lot more to that. There's obviously some power holding it back.
Right.
Maybe some firm that doesn't want it to hit 20,000 or break 20,000,
Yeah, we can see right there. It's been for 4 weeks or so now.
As soon as after the presidential election and the Dow
Trump
futures
rally
dropped, like what was it, 600 points?
6% down.
Okay.
The futures overnight, and then the next day it actually opens up.
So everyone believed it was gonna completely crash, and we were gonna see a big bear market, and but it didn't. It turned around somehow, and it's been hitting that 20,000, like I said, and we honestly feel that it could have been, with a push of a button, knocked right over that 20,000.
Somebody like Goldman Sachs has that power.
Yeah, all it takes is hey, invest in one of the big Dow stocks, and it would push it right over. It got up to 19,999.63.
Yeah,
that's within 0.4 of the 20,000,
right,
and
absolutely.
something pushed it down. So
yeah, clearly for some reason it's clearly struggling there.
Yeah, so I mean, this provokes the question: Are there people who don't want it to break 20,000? Are there people who are waiting for the perfect moment to break 20,000? Who has that power? Like, it's
right. We roughly know who has the power, like with these big banks, with these big investment firms. Like we're talking about with Goldman Sachs.
Yeah,
here.
exactly. It's these people who could make money off of whatever the stock, whatever they want the stock to do.
Exactly.
There's obviously,
and they have the power to move it.
There's profit for them behind this. So
right.
Why? I mean, you just have to work the market at the end of the day. It's not anything. It's not a conspiracy. It's just how it is.
Yeah, it is what it is.
That's why we read the charts and
exactly.
block out the news, because the news has been rallying this thing for
Very true.
a month.
Very true. Yeah, we'll see what happens as we, I guess, get close to Inauguration Day, see what that has in store for the market.
Yeah, maybe it's just this big thing that they're holding off until, the election, not the election, the inauguration.
Right, yeah.
But I guess we'll see. We'll keep tracking that, because it's definitely interesting to us.
Yeah. Big psychological numbers like Dow 20,000 is, it's something major for the market. It's something that have big consequences.
And I feel like, the Dow is made up of what, like 34 stocks or something like that. Don't know the specific number,
right.
But it's not just affecting those stocks, and those stocks aren't just affecting it. It affects the whole market, because there's like a real rally behind it.
Right.
Stocks that don't have anything to do with the Dow, if the Dow's up and flying, other stocks are going to be flying, regardless of the relation.
Yeah, and you see that in the other major indexes right now too, like the S&P 500. So you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
This has an effect on basically the entire market.
Yeah, it's just that Dow has got that round number in front of it, so it's been the focus.
Of course. All right, yeah, like you said, we'll keep an eye on that.
Yeah,
we'll keep you updated as we get to Dow 20,000.
Definitely.
All right, now let's move on to a segment we're going to call Around the World in 80 Seconds. So, Jordan, I need you to put 80 seconds on your imaginary clock in your head. Count fast.
It's a minute 20, right?
And the point of this segment is really just to, as we're, scouring through all these stocks, all these situations going on Wall Street, any opportunity that we can find anywhere in the world, is something we're interested in. So, whenever we come up with something like ENOR, like we're going to talk about now, a great opportunity elsewhere in the world.
Yeah, of course. And I just want to make a small input. These moving stocks abroad, it's indicative of news that's happened politically overseas,
right.
and things like that. So while we may be looking at the chart and looking at the ticker, you know, we'll see a relation to that in, you know, I mean, in this case, in the Norwegian news, something, you know, is going on.
Exactly.
You know, regardless of whether it might not be as big as political, but it, you know, something in their economics or something like that.
Yeah.
So that's why we want to cover it. We want to, you know, cover all aspects and show you that, you know, stocks affect the world just as much as the world affects stocks.
Of course, yeah, that's absolutely right. So what we're looking at today, obviously, as you can see, the iShares MSCI Norway Capped ETF. I mean, don't let that freak you out. It's just basically another ETF or another stock in your eyes. Again, the ticker ENOR, and it's just under 2250, I think, right now is what it just closed at. But this is really tracking Norway's MSCI index fund, so really the Norwegian market, more or less. And as we've seen from the chart, as we've seen based on oil prices and things like that, you know, the Norwegian market's really been on a steady climb since 2008. So it mirrors, you know, our own markets in that way. But last year, with, you know, oil prices going way down, really struggling in terms of that, because, you know, it depends a lot on oil. A lot of the big companies, the big stocks within this ETF or within the Norwegian market are really counting on oil. So last year, with oil struggling, this ENOR was struggling as well. Now the Norwegian market kind of on a comeback, and we've seen a really strong trend over the past couple of months, and something that it looks like it's ready to continue. So whenever you know, whenever we see the perfect entry for that, I think this is one we're definitely going to have on one of our premium services.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, it looks like it's heading that way. You know, we'll definitely keep track of that. We can't say for now, but I just also want to put in that maybe there's some speculation about Norway's market heading up because I don't know if many of you know that Norway had their own Brexit-style referendum back in, I think it was the 90s. So does their market see profit off Britain exiting the EU? You know, maybe they'll become trade partners. The opportunities are endless. So that might be something to kind of plug in with that. You know, I mean, it's not tied to it absolute, but, you know.
Of course, I mean, there's, you know, it's going to have an effect one way or another. It's just how big the impact is and what it's going to mean going forward, because that's all we really care about.
Of course, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, all right. Fun fact, by the way, apparently Norway is going to be the first nation to kind of phase out FM radio.
Oh, I did hear about that. Yeah,
it's really weird.
Yeah, I mean, it's about time, right?
Yeah,
Spotify and everything like that. So
I suppose so.
Yeah.
All right, so that was perfect. 80 seconds, is that right?
Yeah, that was dead on. 79 and a half seconds.
Glad we nailed it. All right, I kind of want to end here with an update on our Versus picks.
Yeah.
So if you weren't with us last week, we just started a segment called Versus. We're going head-to-head, Jordan and I, where we just pick a stock, we watch it over a couple weeks.
I think we said maybe 2 weeks, you know.
Yeah,
we'll give you updates on as it goes along.
Right, exactly. Yeah, so update this week, we'll get the results next week. Your stock, CNNX?
Yeah, Cone Midstream Partners. I think it closed that day last week at 23.05.
Right, exactly.
And then yours was OII.
OII, Oceaneering International. That our entry price, the day it closed, $28.90 for that one. And you can see up here we have the current prices. So clearly you are kicking my butt right now.
Yeah,
1 weekend.
I mean, you know, we could leave it up to luck, or we could say it was a skilled pick. I don't know. It's up to you.
One or the other, yeah.
I'm sure you'll have your week, and we might see next week it might flip around.
Yeah, hopefully a bounce back. So a win for the good guys, hopefully. Yeah, but the real reason we're doing the update now is to actually introduce our Wheel of Misfortune.
Yeah.
So the loser of Versus is going to have to throw a dart at this Wheel of Misfortune.
Exactly.
Whatever it lands on, that's the punishment for the next week's episode of WSI TV. So you want to just run through these really quick?
Yeah, definitely. The first one we got is Sippy Cup. A little embarrassing, you know. we're up here with our man glasses drinking whiskey, but the loser, if this one is chosen, has to drink their choice of beverage out of a sippy cup for the whole following episode.
Exactly, right. Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
We also have hot dog hat. Pretty straightforward. Loser has to wear a hot dog hat for the entire episode.
And then we have Ice Bucket Challenge. You probably saw there was a whole ALS campaign for it. I mean, you know, we just kind of borrowed that idea.
Exactly.
Bucket of ice over the head, and you're good to go in the next episode. You'll see all of these, by the way. They, you know.
Yeah, right.
We're not just gonna fake it and say, "Oh, I'm so cold."
Of course, yeah. If it can't be on WSI TV like it is right here in the studio,
we're not gonna mention it.
We'll record or whatever.
Yeah, definitely.
And then we have lemon liquor, a personal favorite of mine, and it's one that operations director Mark Edwards came up with.
Yeah.
We're just gonna have, I think, a little plate of lemons here. And throughout the entire WSI TV episode, every minute, so every 60 seconds, you just have to, take a big chunk out of a lemon.
And can I just say, he thinks he's getting away. Mark thinks he's getting away with giving us, our punishments. But we're gonna bring him in here and go head to head. Hopefully, he'll be on the receiving end of some of his brutal punishments.
So. Tasted his own medicine.
Yeah, definitely. He doesn't know that yet, but he will be here.
Yeah. All right. So walk us through helium high, Jordan.
Helium high, creates obviously a high pitch effect in your voice. So basically, the loser who this punishment is dealt upon has to suck helium and read out their next stock pick.
Exactly. So
I think that'll be a bit of a laugh.
That should be fun for everybody. And of course, we're keeping it safe, so we'll keep it short.
Oh yeah, definitely. So. And then pie face.
Of course, another really obvious one. Loser just gets a pie in the face.
Yeah.
It's simple as that.
Yep. A very messy one.
Yeah, true.
And then we got opponent's choice. Basically, the loser throws the dart and the opponent gets to pick. We're doing one of these, right? Or if there's something creative you come up with, maybe we'll implement it. But
for now, we'll keep it on here.
Yeah.
With this list will update as well. So we'll have, this is Wheel of Misfortune 1.0.
Yeah, definitely. These are just things we've been throwing around back here. So, and then my favorite one.
Yeah, bartender. Yeah. So we'll do it for an entire week, but definitely during the next WSI TV episode as well. If you're the loser and you hit bartender, you are the bartender for the other person for that episode. So, I'll have to keep filling up your
very embarrassing.
As you need now, by the way.
Yeah.
So we'll get you filled up really soon.
All right, sounds good, bartender.
Yeah. And there we go, some magical refills for you.
Nice,
like some
professional bartending right there. Blink my eyes and my whiskey's back in my glass.
There we go.
Nice. Moving on to our Wheel of Misfortune, or continuing on to our Wheel of Misfortune categories, we're up to building caricature. And if you have been on wallstreetinformer.com and you get our articles, you'll have seen like our little icons, little caricatures in the corner.
Yeah, the cartoon
looking ones of us with our names underneath them. I think mine's going up, today or tomorrow. You'll see mine on there though. It looks exactly like me. So basically this challenge is, we're gonna print shirts with each other's caricatures on them, and the loser has to wear the shirt for the next episode. Yeah. So be pretty funny.
Yeah, that'll be humiliating, I think.
Yeah, and then that one kind of ties into this last one. Probably needs the longest explanation.
Yeah, shirt swap. So I guess you need a little bit of background here. Depending on where you're watching, I guess you either call it soccer or football. But Jordan and I are both, big fans. I actually love Chelsea Football Club.
Yeah, and I'm a big fan of Manchester City. So
which is unfortunate. But we live with it.
There's a lot of rivalry back here, So
yeah. So again, along the same lines as the last one, the loser, if you land on that one, you just have to wear, the other supporter's shirt.
Yeah.
So I would have to wear a Man City shirt,
and I'd have to wear
a Chelsea shirt.
Chelsea shirt. So
they're beautiful. So you lucked out on that one.
It's gonna hurt if I lose that one.
Exactly. Yeah. So there is the Wheel of Misfortune. 1.0 at least.
Yeah, I'm excited to get this rolling. Definitely.
Yeah. Exactly.
Get some embarrassing footage going.
Yeah. That should be fun to deal with. Just quickly before we go, I just wanted to make a note. I'm glad I looked really quickly before we started the episode.
Yeah.
But I checked out PBib. That was actually our funny or fortune pick last week.
Yeah, and I think we ended up on it being more of a fortune pick in the end. Like we said, it started off funny. Yeah. I threw it to Sean. I said, check this out.
Yeah, that's exactly how it went. Yeah.
And then it started forming real nice trend lines, which we outlined in the last episode. If you want to check back on that one.
Right.
But it's continuing. It's full steam.
So when we brought it up last week, it was actually at $11.85 per share. Just today, it closed at $12.40. So close to a 5% gain in 1 week. If you could get an option on that, that could be 50%. Double your money.
It just goes to show, any stock can go whichever direction it feels like. Exactly. But you follow our techniques and somehow you end up with these funny tickers that end up being profitable.
Fortune.
Fortune.
Exactly. Yeah. Wish I would have picked that one for versus.
Yeah. Well, better luck next time.
Exactly. All right. So Jordan, thank you for joining me again for this episode.
Thank you for having me, Sean. It was fun as always.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for watching. That's it for this episode, and we'll speak to you next time.
Sounds good.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks for watching another Wall Street Informer production on WSI TV. Be sure to visit wallstreetinformer.com where you can become a member for free and gain instant access to the secrets of market millionaires via the Wall Street Informer Vault. So go ahead and claim this gift for free now at wallstreetinformer.com.